Well, I'm here in front of the office of the member for Fairfield, Guy Zangari. He's the one who moved the motion condemning Mark Latham's outsiders in the New South Wales Parliament. He's the one who knows nothing about what's happening in his electorate, the paucity of English language skills. He's the one who's done nothing to try and help the 90% of people that we've spoken to who just haven't got the national language. They don't speak English. And even worse than that, he's made ridiculous comments in the Parliament. Let's have a look. He said Mark Latham came into the electorate and basically bullied and accosted individuals who'd only been in the country for a short time and who had come from war-torn areas, and rammed a microphone in their faces and started talking to them. These people came here to escape the torture and trauma. That's what he says, torture and trauma they suffered before they got here. Yet now they're confronted by an individual like Mark Latham. Well, I think you can see from the video we presented yesterday, people are kind enough. They're not hiding from me, they just don't speak English. Mostly they were saying they speak Arabic and that's all. About the English language skills in Fairfield, do you think?
Sorry, no, I speak English.
You don't speak English at all?
Arabic.
Only Arabic?
Arabic?
No, I've got no Arabic. I've grown up in Australia. Sorry, I didn't do my Arabic course, but you've got no English at all.
Sorry, well, no.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you, mate. English language skills in Fairfield, do you think they're very good?
Very good. Chinese.
Chinese, yeah.
Mandarin.
Yeah, how many people do you think speak English here in Fairfield?
No
good for you?
No speaking English.
No. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for your time. In Fairfield, do you think many people here are speaking English?
No English. Syrian.
No. Syrian or Arabic?
Oh, yes.
Right. Okay. Oh, thanks for your time. Cheers. Language skills here in Fairfield, do you think?
No speak English. No speak
English?
No speak.
Okay. Speaking English up to a decent standard?
I don't not speak English well.
You don't?
My language is Arabic.
Arabic, okay.
First language.
Yeah, okay. Oh, where did you come from?
I'm coming in Syria.
Syria.
Before 32 years. Exactly.
Okay. Thank you. So no one was feeling tortured or traumatised like Zangari would have you believe. This is how crazy this guy is. He'd have you believe that me talking to people on the streets of Fairfield is worse than the invasion of Iraq. You know, the invasion of Iraq, torture and traumatic experiences. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's another Labor MP who chipped in with some zany comments, Tanya Mihalich from the seat of Bankstown. Mihalich said this: Mark Latham, a burly bloke with an ugly mug, accosted some poor people on the street and thrust a microphone into their faces. I can understand why they did not take the opportunity to comment. Well, she's saying the people here are liars. They're lying when they say no English, only Arabic. So Mihalich owes the people of Fairfield an apology. The truth is they haven't been assisted to get into jobs. They've been dumped into the one place with a high unemployment rate. They've been dumped into welfare dependency. And as for Mihalich commenting on my looks and appearance, well, have a look at her. Here she is. You make your own judgment as to her qualifications. I mean, well, I won't go any further, but you make your own judgment about Tanya Mihalich and the slurs she's placed on me. She knows nothing about what's happening here on the streets of Fairfield. So now I'm going to go in and talk to Guy Zangari or his staff, find out what they are doing about this crisis of 90% of people on the streets here not speaking the national language of English. Hi there, I was hoping to speak to Mr. Zangari. Not here? Do you know what he's doing about the problem of people not speaking English in Fairfield? Is anything happening? Nobody knows who he is. Well, when can I make an appointment to speak to him? Is he here? Is he hiding out the back or...? Sorry? Well, no, he's had a lot to say in Parliament about Rebel Australia and me, making up things, saying that I tortured and traumatised people on the streets. That's totally untrue. Well, looks like Zangari is not going to answer any questions. Looks like his staff have gone around the corner. We've got no one here really to ask what are they doing about English language skills on the streets of Fairfield. This guy takes his money from the taxpayers and MP. We couldn't find anyone out there who's ever heard of him. And he's mouthing off to say multiculturalism is a wonderful success, but we know for a fact people can't speak to each other in the national language of English. And how can you possibly have a community where people can't talk to each other, get to know each other, and build a proper integrated society? So it's a real problem. He's the invisible man. It's a vacuum there, nobody's around. I can ring the bell all day, and that's the noise you get in this office. No help for the people out there with jobs. They've just got welfare dependency, and a member of Parliament who's mouthing off in denouncing me in the Coward's Castle, but won't come here. I couldn't even get a time there, an appointment from his staff where he'd have a chat about it. So this is what they think of free speech, these lefties. They think talking to people on the street is torture and trauma. And when it comes to putting his side of the story here, I'm in his office, I couldn't have done any more than front up right here. I can't even get an appointment to talk to Guy Zangari, one of the greatest frauds to ever sit in the New South Wales Parliament. I'm Mark Latham for Rebel Australia. And if you like that video, please share it with all your family and friends on social media and support our campaign to keep free speech alive in Australia. Fight back against lawfare at standwithlatham.com. Very important to help us. Standwithlatham.com.